It's all to maintain soldier-like mentality. If it be a tragedy, why you coming after me? Gon' slam me down and rap me just to put on handcuffs. Showed me with resistance when they told me throw my hands up. It's all to maintain soldier-like mentality. If it be
The air in Houston was thick with tension. The soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment knew they had reached a breaking point. For too long, they had endured discrimination, racism, and mistreatment. But on this fateful day in 1917, they decided it was time to make a stand. Sergeant Vida Henry stood before his troops, his voice resonating with unwavering determination.
Brothers, today we fight not only for ourselves, but for every African-American soldier who has faced injustice. We will show them that we are warriors, deserving of respect and equality.
The soldiers tightened their grips on their rifles, their eyes focused and their hearts pounding with anticipation. They knew the risks, but they were ready to face them head-on. As they marched into the city streets, tension filled the air. The sound of their boots echoed through the otherwise silent roads, a testament to their unwavering unity. They were determined to expose the racial discrimination that had plagued their lives for far too long. As they approached the city center, they were met with a wall of hostility. Angry voices shouted slurs and insults, attempting to demean their courage. But the soldiers stood tall, their heads held high, refusing to let the hatred break their spirit. Suddenly, a gunshot pierced the air, shattering the tense silence. Chaos erupted as civilians and police clashed with the soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment. Bricks flew through the air, punches were thrown, and gunshots echoed through the streets. It was a battle against injustice, fought with fists and sheer determination. Sergeant Henry led his men through the chaos, his voice cutting through the commotion.
Stay together! Brothers! Hold the line!
The soldiers formed a solid wall, their disciplined training evident in their unyielding resolve. They fought back against the discrimination that had plagued their lives. Every blow they landed an act of defiance against the system that sought to suppress them. The clash intensified as the soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment refused to back down. Their muscles ached, their bodies screamed for respite, but their spirits burned brighter than ever. They fought not only for themselves, but for the generations that would follow. Through the smoke and chaos, a moment of clarity emerged. Sergeant Henry spotted a group of his men surrounded, their backs against the wall. Without hesitation, he charged forward, rallying his soldiers to break through the encirclement. With a renewed surge of determination, they fought with an intensity born of years of suffering and indignity. They pushed back against their oppressors, driving them away with fierce resolve. As the dust settled and the echoes of the battle faded, the soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment stood victorious. The streets were silent, their message of defiance ringing loud and clear. They had faced the storm head-on and emerged stronger than ever. Sergeant Henry addressed his exhausted but triumphant troops.
Today, we have fought for justice and equality. We have shown them that we will not be silenced or oppressed. Our battle is far from over, but we have proven that we are warriors, deserving of respect.
The soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment stood tall, their hearts filled with a newfound sense of purpose. They knew that their fight was far from over, but they had taken a crucial step towards breaking the chains of discrimination. And as they marched back to their barracks, a flicker of hope burned bright in their eyes, inspiring them to continue the struggle for a better future. What's crackin' history buffs? Welcome back to the Trap History channel, where we bring you the raw and untamed stories that shook the world. Today, we're diving headfirst into the epic ass-kicking unleashed by the legendary black soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment, led by the unstoppable Sergeant Vida Henry, during the Houston Riots of 1917. The 24th Infantry Regiment, also known as the Buffalo Soldiers, inherited the nickname from the African American cavalry units that fought in the Indian Wars of the late 19th century. They earned a fearsome reputation, and their legacy of resilience and tenacity continued during the Houston Riots. Get ready for a wild ride, cause this tale is all about defiance and taking no prisoners. The 1910s were a racially charged decade. Birth of a Nation, the Great Migration, and the Red Summer were just a few reasons race relations took a huge dip during that decade. One place where tensions were running high was in Houston, Texas. But let's not get it twisted now, black folks didn't just lay down by any means. Standing tall against the storm of racism and injustice were the fierce warriors of the 24th Infantry Regiment, led by the unyielding Sergeant Vida Henry. Picture this: Sergeant Henry and his squad were stationed at Camp Logan, an Army training camp. The 24th Infantry Regiment was one of the few all-black units in the segregated U.S. Army at the time. These soldiers weren't your average Joes. They faced rampant discrimination and prejudice, both on and off the battlefield. But when the time came to show their mettle, they didn't hold back. Interestingly, the 24th Infantry Regiment was initially formed in 1869 and had a storied history even before the Houston Riots. On that fateful day in August 1917, tensions reached a boiling point. Police dragged an African-American woman from her home and arrested her for public drunkenness. A soldier from the camp asked what was going on and was beaten and arrested as well. And boy, let me tell you, that was the spark that set off an explosion of fury. Now, let me drop some knowledge on you. These soldiers weren't about to back down. Nah, they didn't cower in fear or run for cover. These badasses took a stand, fighting tooth and nail against the injustice they faced. Here's another little-known fact. The 24th Infantry Regiment had already gained a reputation for their exceptional marksmanship skills, which they put to use during the Houston Riots. In fact, their marksmanship was so impressive that they won several shooting competitions prior to the riots. The Houston Riots turned into an all-out battle, with the black soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment leading the charge. They fought back against the oppressive forces with unmatched bravery and skill, showing the world they were a force to be reckoned with. These soldiers were trained in hand-to-hand combat as well, making them a formidable presence on the battlefield. Their combat training included boxing, wrestling, and martial arts techniques. Sergeant Vida Henry and his soldiers were straight up unstoppable. They fought with a ferocity and determination that sent shockwaves through the city. Their fists of justice and ironclad resolve left their oppressors in awe and their fellow black communities inspired. Little did the oppressors know, the 24th Infantry Regiment had been deployed to the Mexican border just months before, gaining experience and honing their skills. They were ready to unleash hell. In the aftermath of the Houston Riots, change was set into motion. The ass-kicking unleashed by Sergeant Vida Henry and his soldiers forced society to sit up and take notice. It sparked crucial conversations, exposed the deep-seated racism, and paved the way for progress. Their actions during the Houston Riots eventually led to the integration of the U.S. Army in 1948, a major milestone in the fight for equality. The bravery and resilience of the 24th Infantry Regiment played a significant role in reshaping the future of the military. And there you have it, fam. The untamed story of the epic ass-kicking unleashed by the legendary black soldiers of the 24th Infantry Regiment, led by the indomitable Sergeant Vida Henry during the 1917 Houston Riots. Remember, history is full of unsung heroes who fought against the odds. Stay woke, stay hungry for knowledge, and ride with me next time for more untold tales from the trap. Peace out.